the Four Beardsmen of the book Apocalypse.
Hello.
Welcome.
Everyone. Good night. Good morning. Good middle of the day.
Good afternoon.
The whole spread.
We're joined by an awesome author and fellow secret scribe of mine, Dave Lawson, the author of The Envoys of War and the upcoming Pawns of Havoc. How are you doing, Dave?
Doing well. I'm very, very tired because I've been directing a play over the last few weeks, and the last performance was earlier today, which, even though I am not in the UK, it feels like it's 11 p.m. to me right now. So I will definitely be probably very chaotic, maybe even more chaotic than normal, which I don't know.
Nice. We want that. We go for that.
Bring the chaos.
It's an RPG episode today, the Cannibal Robot Caper. I just realized that we did cannibals like the very first RPG episode, but that was some time ago now. So
the burgers. That has been a while.
But this one has robots.
That's cool.
Before we start going around rehashing the rules, let's just quickly go around the panel and say who's playing who, so we know who the characters are. Let's start with DB.
Hello, I am playing DB Rook, slightly more misfortunate, pathetic version of myself. And I've not been known for good roles, luck, or generally success in any shape or form. Happy to be here.
We have Charlie playing Aussie Rob.
Aussie Rob.
G'day, guys. Aussie Rob. Best way to describe myself is a former ballet dancer turned bushranger, which is a sort of, I suppose, a bit like the sort of highwaymen of old in a sort of Australian folklore. Aussie Rob doesn't suffer from he does suffer rather from overconfidence, backed up by lack of ability, but he doesn't let that stop him. So his weapon of choice is an iron lint roller, and usually his default move is to dance his way out of trouble. So that's me.
And we have David Jugs List.
Yes, Jugs. I am a retired professional full contact, semi-retired professional full contact juggler, with a juggling skill of only 20% out of 100, which is the story determined that, and I figured out why. I've been working out why over the course of our adventures here. Kind of like Charlie, I'm not blessed with a whole lot of intelligence. It's my weakest feature, but I have a ton of dexterity, for whatever that's worth. Weapon of choice is a driver, is a golf club, because it was on hand, and that was, the world ended. What was I supposed to do? What else? I can perform. I can juggle. I may still have an AK-47. Me and DB.
Yeah.
I have a Cthulhu beard. Assuming that these stay and you guys might want to. Where am I pointing? Yeah. Want to I have I'm adept at sound engineer. We determined that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
What else? That's about that's about it for me as far as this riveting information.
I believe you're looking for was it the 3 golden tenets of
juggling? I was looking for the perfect objects to juggle, and I've determined that I do have. So while me in my natural form, I'm only 20% of a juggler, or 20% juggling skills, which means I fail far more often than I succeed. When I can make contact with the eldritch juggler, through my Cthulhu beard, I do have immaculate juggling skills, and I can do crazy things, which I have not shown off, I don't think, in a story yet, but I've been working this out.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
last but by no means least, Dave, who are you playing?
Banjo.
I'm playing Ban Joseph. Full name Ban Joseph of Mandolin. So he is a traveling minstrel and singer, songwriter. Obviously plays the banjo, and he was named sexiest man in the world at least 5 times in a row. Lives off of his wit, his personality, and his ability to come up with plans. They might not always work, but he has a lot of plans. He has a very, very distant, like great grandfather named Corden somewhere. And he's the weakest, least constitutionally adept person ever, but he's gonna try to talk his way out of every situation.
I like it. We need to give Ban Joseph a mutant beard power. So, Dave, I will ask you to roll a d20 for me, please.
All right. That's a 16.
A 16. Ooh. So you have the mutant beard power of camouflage. So somehow, inexplicably, your beard has shrouded you from common perception. So you can choose to re-roll a failed stealth save.
Nice.
Yeah,
Be
I forgot to mention my beard power slows down time, sort of Matrix style.
And I've got the beard whip.
That's it.
Excellent. And David List, if you would mind just giving a quick refresh of the actual rules.
Sure.
Partly for my benefit.
This is a test.
Your stats will go only so far in this game. It's very story driven. And now regarding the rolls, someone smarter than me is going to have to tell me whether we're rolling above or below, and it's 20 or 100 or that kind of thing. And I apologize. But if you do attempt a skill in the story that, let's say, demands something physical from your character or some skill of your character's, for us to determine, or for it to determine your character's proficiency, you have to tell a personal anecdote, real live anecdote, to determine what your character's skill might be. Just the closest thing. So if you're firing a rocket launcher at a Tyrannosaurus, you might just, the next best thing that you've done in real life. If you haven't actually done that, the next best thing, you'll tell us the story so that we can determine, or rather so that Tom can determine what your actual proficiency will be. And that goes for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have shot a super soaker at a dog.
Yeah.
Or a chicken.
Adjust the stats accordingly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Percentile system, D100, roll under the difficulty score to succeed.
So with my 20 juggling, I have to roll under 20. D100, I have to roll under 20 for success.
Yeah.
Cool. So, without further ado, let us begin the Cannibal Robot Caper. Oh man, I'm really looking forward to this one. We find ourselves once again in the now tranquil Ferris Hollow. It's everyone's favorite wasteland fair. The big wheel's working, nice and fine. No alien bugs are emanating from it anymore, thanks to you guys. You're even starting to see an influx of tourists and bring in a small economy to the wasteland. And at the moment, you have Ban Joseph of Mandolin is currently playing a set every night for a week. Fantastic. Jugs, your work as sound engineer has been really cut out for you. Just, Ban Joseph, give me a little bit of a rehash of what you've been getting up to in your time in Ferris Hollow so far.
Well, part of what I do as Ban Joseph is I shred the banjo and I meet the women. Like every night, shredding banjo. Every day, meeting women. Really isn't much else to it.
Fantastic. Since we last left the Beardsmen, you'd managed to negotiate a farming contract with the combined body harvester, and old boss Hog, the Hog, has joined you in Ferris Hollow. For those who didn't catch the last episode, Boss Hog is a pig who previously manned a plasma turret in the last episode. He's just kind of come on board as an extra member of security. The rest of the Beardsmen, anything in particular you guys have been doing in Ferris Hollow since you got back from the Combine Body Harvester, or you're just kind of chilling out with Ban Joseph?
I've been looking for things to juggle, but aside from that, no, I've been making sure the stage is good and just practicing up juggling mundane objects poorly.
Yeah, I think
I've been
likewise.
just trying to learn how to rotate a revolver to look cool constantly, dropping my revolver around the place.
That's carny activity right there for sure. If we're carnival or like staff at a fair, that's perfect.
Yeah, and I think generally just been trying to stay limber, and keep their body moving. I think the artistic side might be starting to come out a little bit, but nothing but an adventure might not thresh out of me. So.
It's been really difficult for me because like I'm this handsome and this amazing, and these three sort of like losers are always around me and I can't get away from them. So like the only good thing about this group right now is the massive pig. Like I'm gonna ride that pig at some
You can. You absolutely can.
I'm sure we did, didn't we?
I'm learning a lot of new things about myself from our new buddy Ben Joseph. I've learned that I'm ugly. And I'm stupid.
Stick to juggling.
Stick to
We need to go on a confidence pilgrimage into the wasteland.
Yeah. Definitely.
Self-discovery. Self-rediscovery.
I would say it's after one particularly shreddy set by Ban Joseph. Not just the banjo, but the women were shredded as well during this set.
All day,
A lot
every
of
day.
shredding going on. DB, your head of security, Mateusz, a very large, like 7-foot Polish skinhead guy.
I forgot about him.
He comes up to you and says, DB, a word.
Give my revolver a spin and go. Follow him.
One last spin. He takes you up to the watchtower at Ferris Hollow, and he hands you a pair of binoculars. And he just points out over the wasteland and says, "Take a look at the ridge over there."
Yeah, I'll see what I can see.
Have you got anything other than nasal perception you can use at this stage?
Oof. I did used to have a job where I was sat in a little hut at the top of a ski slope, peering down watching for danger. So I used to watch little dots of skiers, and as soon as they fell, I knew they were in danger, and I got on a radio. So I'm quite used to long distance perception.
You weren't sitting there with a rifle, were you? Just sort of.
I wished I had a rifle at times, but no, against policy.
Bloody HR.
Sat there with the radio like, he's in danger. All right, all that. Okay.
It's too far gone.
So a general sort of spotting perception. Yeah, okay. Can you roll me just like a notice perception check? I'll give you 50. We'll split it down the middle.
Nice. 18. Yes. Success. A rare
Okay.
success.
Very nice. Yeah, just like your old ski slope days. I mean, there's not much to the wasteland. It's very, very brown, desecrated earth. You know, cracks, craters everywhere. Still smouldering piles of rubble in the distance. But you do notice on the horizon and inching closer are humanoid figures. Rather a lot of them. And they're all walking completely in unison, arms by their sides, very purposely towards Ferris Hollow.
And definitely, they couldn't be mistaken for walking towards anything else. It's just us.
No. You
Are any of them attractive women?
From what you can see, DB, no, none of them are attractive. They don't appear to be human. They're wearing clothes. In fact, they're all wearing the same uniform, like a coral shirt and beige chinos. But rather than skin, there's metal.
Dan's true.
Or in unison.
Yep. I'll get down there as quick as I can and inform the boys, inform anyone who's interested in barring the gates. This does not look good.
I've always wondered what it would be like to seduce a robot.
This creates a little bit of panic within all the citizens of Ferris Hollow. People are scrabbling around trying to find anything they can to bar all the exits and the main gate. Mateus is staying up at the guard tower. Do the four of you do anything in particular to try and bar the gates or prepare for the robots?
What kind of gates are there? I know of the one that we had to gain access to it.
It's like it's like a slide along metal gate, just to kind of pull across. It's on runners.
Is there any way, or do we have access to any kind of battery that we can hook up to the gate to get it live?
I think Jugs is your man for that.
Oh right. Well, he's
engineer.
You got some sound engineer chops too. But yeah, well, what if we? How far away? What's our ETA of these marching in sync? Gorgeous, shining robots.
They're moving at a very slow and deliberate, steady pace. You probably have 5-10 minutes before they're upon the settlement.
Seems like a very fast. Well, yeah, I guess we should divert all like DV said. We should, and this is not coming from a place of too intelligence. So I don't know how I got this idea. I was listening to DV. I guess we should divert all electricity from rides and from entertainment to the metal surrounding this park.
Yeah,
particularly the gate.
Have we got an extension lead? That's all we need.
We need several shonky extension leads.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can chop and kind of compromise existing cables and somehow figure out how to daisy chain them.
Can we cut to some kind of montage of us sorting out extension leads?
Bon Jovi. I like that.
I'll play the music for this montage. Just kind of like, so you guys don't know this, but like my banjo, it's an electric banjo.
Oh shoot.
And like basically I'm able to shred. It's kind of like if you had like an 80s metal band, but bluegrass.
Oh yes.
So I'll play the music while you guys do the work because I don't do work.
Can we get a metallic bluegrass Eye of the Tiger to do our electrical montage, Joe?
That's what I'm working on.
I may be Van Joseph's biggest fan just because of how cool he seems to me. So I keep getting distracted by it. Like I'm just looking at him while I'm working.
Yeah. I think I keep dancing instead of helping, but you know,
focus. Come on, focus.
I want to call for a role for this for the montage, and we'll do it fire. Like we'll go around the panel. What is like the most? I don't even know what to call it. It's like the most jerry-rigged thing you've ever come up with.
Oh, do me last because I've got a long list. I bet.
DB, we'll start with you.
Oh man, jerry-rigged thing though. I guess actually the proudest moment of jerry rigging is in that same hut on the top of that ski slope, because I was sat in there for many hours, and this was in the days when I smoked, and you'd go up there with tobacco, and sometimes you'd go up there for 4 or 5 hours without a lighter. So there was a lot of unscrewing electrical heaters, getting down to the dangerous point so you could dodgily light a cigarette, and some of that work was incredible.
Nice.
Desperation.
Yeah, oh yeah, mother of invention.
Nice. Dave, your most jerry-rigged contraption.
Well, I don't really jerry-rig things because, like, I have everything. I have the best of everything. Like, if I don't have the best of everything, I get the best of everything because I'm Van Joseph of Mandolin. Like, I don't know who the hell this is, but like someone told me that there was some guy named Elvis Presley or something like years and years before, and they said that he was like the off-brand version of me.
I believe it. I know it was true. It's got to be.
I'm just gonna point at Jugs and be like, "That's why you're my best friend."
Oh, worthy.
He's just lost the power of speech.
Charlie.
Well, yeah, considering my DIY skills are very limited, but I think the best jerry story I've got would probably more to provide entertainment that we did as kids rather, on a beach holiday, and I think parents were off having lunch and here's some money, you know, they're drinking wine, they weren't too bothered what we were up to. I don't know how we got the idea, but we decided that we were going to dig holes in the beach and put balloons in the holes and then cover them up again. So effectively balloon minefield. And we mined this whole section of the beach where you had to walk down a path, so people would have to walk into it. and people started twigging what we were doing, but wouldn't tell anyone. And so cued an afternoon of hilarity. I mean, how we didn't break anyone's ankles, I don't know. But it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was quite fun. And, yeah. So it was like, yeah, guys, people were sitting on them and things popping and then they'd fall in the hole.
Never considered that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so take that one, kids.
I thought of something. I thought of mine.
David List. Yeah, we'll come to you.
I had a lawnmower. I bought a truck once, and there was a lawnmower in the back of it. It just came with it, which tells you what kind of condition this lawnmower was in. But with duct tape and with some steel cables and just a whole lot of rigging, I relied on that lawnmower for a lot of months. But it was to the point where you had to kick while you're pushing it, you actually had to kick cables for things to begin working with it. and there was no governor. So like it would get, instead of going and getting to a certain pace, sometimes it would go and just kind of keep amping up, and you had to let off it so it didn't explode.
I've had
But we relied on it, and it works.
I've had 2 different lawnmowers where I had to turn on the side, and like because the primers didn't work.
Yeah.
So you turn it on the side and let some of the oil or some of the cheese down in, and then you, after like 10 minutes, you put it up right, and it works for you.
Fires up. There's a lot of smoke with that. There's some black smoke coming off.
that there is a lot of smoke, but just shows you're doing it right.
Oh my god!
Is there another podcast in existence where they talk about exploding lawnmowers?
There should be.
I very much doubt it. This is where you get the best lawnmower stories, guys. Tune in.
Yeah, I'm so pleased with how that went. Okay, this is going to be a group montage, so everyone roll. You're all trying to beat 40. I'm going to give you
50.
I got 20.
David's. What have you both got?
I got 99.
8.
God, that's a great roll.
Do we get to add them and get an average?
Yeah, I'm doing successes
Probably
and
still fail.
failures on this one.
It's a tale of the 2 Davids.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to give you an
I don't
average,
fail.
but he rolled a 99.
Oh my God, I killed everything for everybody with that.
You almost killed yourself.
It's a critical
yeah.
failure if I've ever seen one.
It's all going very nicely. You hook up the sound stage. There's banjo shredding going on. Eye of the Tiger is blaring out of the speakers. And there's that moment where all Jugs has to do at the end of the chain, holding the crocodile clips, hooked up to the batteries, is attached to the gate. But instead, he gets it wedged onto his own hand and electrifies himself with several, I don't even know how many hundreds of volts or thousands of volts. But he lights himself up like a Christmas tree.
Little Chevy Chase.
As a result, the gate is not electrified and all the power has now shorted out.
Shit. I'm sorry, Ben Joseph.
Is
What
it
the hell, man?
Oh, God.
I was just getting to the good part.
Is there any chance that Aussie Rob could throw his iron lint roller to bridge the
Me and the gate.
to earth Jugs in the gate?
As great as an idea as that is, the power is already shorted out with Jugs.
Too late.
I'm afraid.
Like all Aussie Rob's ideas, they're just 5 seconds too late.
Jugs and DB, like you guys, like you're my squad, but who the hell is this other guy?
Sorry, I was busy running up and down the stairs during the montage, so I probably wasn't helping very much. But I'm Aussie Rob. I'm here. I'm one of the gang, and I've got an idea.
Can we fire him? Like, I think he's the problem.
Yeah, me too.
Wait till you see him dance.
All right. I can accept that.
Yeah, I can accept that. I can accept that.
I'm going off you, Jugs.
At this point, after the Jugs light show, the robots, well, 4 of the robots in particular have advanced ahead of the rest of them. And essentially this robot army is forming a ring around the settlement. So you're not getting in or out unless you're going through the robots. But 4 of them come to the gate itself. And the head robot, the one in the front, calls out, citizens of Ferris Hollow. My designation is John. I have good news. You have won our lottery.
Guys, this is great. This is way better than I was hoping. I thought they were going to eat us or kill us. It sounds like we won the lottery.
Hey, John. Are any of you guys women?
The next robot steps up next to John and says, my designation is Bon. You may prefer to refer to me as a woman.
She sounds hot.
You want to hear my banjo?
The next robot steps forward. My designation is Joe. We would like to hear your banjo.
I'm going to take out the banjo and I'm going to play. I wrote this song, guys. I've never actually played it publicly before because everyone gets mad when you play it, but it's called Stairway to the Afterlife.
Oh, gosh, it sounds amazing.
It is.
Awesome.
When I start playing Stairway to the Afterlife, absolutely not by Led Zeppelin.
Metal balloon.
I feel like as like an art director, you'd have a great story when it comes to such a performance. So if you would kindly, just so we know what your skill check is going to be for this.
You mean, what do you mean by a story?
Anecdote that gets you your skill level.
Oh, all right. So as a young boy, I was out in the fields of my hometown thinking about music, wine, women, and song. And there was a stairway suddenly in a field. And I saw it and I walked over and there was an old wizard man there. And I said, "Sir, what is that?" And he said, "It is a stairway, son. A stairway to heaven." And I said, "What is heaven?" And he said, "The afterlife." And I said, "Oh, that's kind of boring. Like, I thought maybe it was a stairway to like a really cool club that had a lot of hot women or something." But he was like, "No, it's to heaven." And he said, and I was just like, "I guess I'll climb your stairway, bro." So I climbed his stairway, and the afterlife was pretty decent. But like the food there, shit. So I came back to Earth I don't even know if we're in Earth. Like I came back to wherever we live, and I got back my banjo, and I was awesome.
It's like Tenacious Dave.
Perfect.
I'm giving that a 70. Just roll that skill check and let's see how the robots react.
So what am I rolling here?
Roll a D100 and you have to roll under 70 to succeed.
Oh, 60.
Nice. Just there's a chorus of "oh" just all around the settlement from all of the robots simultaneously.
I know, bro. I'm really cool.
John pipes up again. That was a riveting performance. We thank you for sharing with us. However, you have still won the lottery. We cordially invite you to our new enterprise. Please send forward a delegation and follow us.
Right.
Are there any like random people here who want to be a delegation?
Convince them.
At this point, the main street of Ferris Hollow is incredibly empty as everyone has just legged it as quickly as they can.
Except for us.
Except for us, the smart ones.
Yep, the
Well-
smart ones. Jugs, DB, Van Joseph, and that other guy.
Screw you, Banjo.
So I'll spin my revolver effortlessly and then throw it to Matouche. Say, the place is yours.
We gonna follow him out? We gonna go out with him?
Think
I
we
remember
got
the
that.
Riley being a good thing, so I mean, why not?
Yeah. I think we should stretch our legs, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the pig coming with us? Because I want to ride the pig.
Oh yeah.
You could ask Boss Hog.
I think
Boss
he'd
Hog.
be amenable.
Bro, can I ride you? I'll write a song about you.
Boss Hog raises his trotter, just gives you a pig fist bump.
Yeah.
Legendary. So I'll climb
So-
on top of Boss Hog.
DB, Aussie Rob, Jugs, and Van Joseph, mounting Boss Hog, are following the four robots. Is this correct?
Yeah, we step out of the gate, I guess, and this feels like such a terrible idea in real life.
But we don't let that
I'm
stop.
just gonna on the way out. I'm just gonna shout back. Can somebody sort the power out while we gone?
Get the Ferris wheel working again.
I'm sorry that guy in our group ruined your
Roger
power.
Rob, it was
Mateus just goes down. Doc, don't worry about it, boss. I'll fix it all. Just get back in one piece.
Did we ever find the name of the fourth robot?
No one's asked.
Oh, well, I've got Aussie Rob's getting a little bit miffed with Banjo's attitude, so he'd like to make a new friend. So he wonders what, yeah, could I sort of tap on the back of the head with my own lint roller to get their attention and say, hey, who are you?
The robot's head spins on a 180 just to fix you with its gaze, and it says, Violet!
So, and Aussie Rob's a bit slow, so he's going to work this out. So we've got John, was it Bon, Joe, and Violet. Excellent.
She sounds hot too.
Oscar Robert, is that your name?
Aussie
Oscar
Rob.
Robert.
Aussie Rob. Sorry,
Oh.
is it Fiddler
Awesome.
Bob?
So, Oscar, you should totally hook up with her. She wants you.
Thanks, bro.
Trying to help out someone
He's
like
only
you
trying to help.
is what I do.
He does.
As the four of you, well, five of you, including Boss Hog, are following the robot, so John calls back over his shoulder. Which one of you is the leader of the settlement?
Oh,
That's me. I mean,
It's Van
people
Joseph.
just ask me to do things and I do them because, like, I'm that good.
He's really good.
So good.
no, he's
That's why you're my best friend.
Understood. Well, part of the reason we are taking you to tour our business premises is we have a proposition for you. We are a new business and we are looking to supply meat to the wasteland. Perhaps you will be interested. in purchasing some of our wares.
What
I
kind of
could go
meat?
for some meat.
When you ask that question, all four of the robots at the same time say, aged meat.
Oh, awesome. Wagyu.
That's actually one of our nicknames for DB, but like we don't.
Always thought he looks delicious.
Tender. Very tender.
After a nice jaunty robotic walk through the wasteland, you come upon a large settlement. It's a retirement village, like a proper US style one. You know, these things are townships in their own right. So you have derelict golf carts smashed up all around the place. There's remnants of golf courses. The actual main concourse of the sort of old folks' home you're approaching is in relatively good nick. You go past a sign that it used to say golden years, but years has been crossed out. It now says golden meat. The robots stop in the sort of road main strasse that runs up to the main concourse, and they turn to face all four of you. John just extends a robotic arm and says, "Welcome to Golden Meat. Please come with us. We will give you the tour."
I've never had golden meat.
Golden meat is giving me Yellow Snow vibes, which I don't like.
Hey, but it's
All in
meat,
favor of naming Oscar Golden Meat as his nickname. I'm going to take that as an I.
Golden meat.
Wow. I thought you'd be more of a fan of the Golden Girls, Ben Joseph.
I mean, I've already done that.
Ew.
Wait. Aren't you just talking about the hot women with like tan skin?
Yeah, that's the one.
Now, at this stage, Bon, Joe, and Violet, they start walking off. John's still waiting for the four of you. What are the four of you guys doing? Are you following the robots? Are you coming up with another plan? Or what's the course of action here?
I think we need to know.
Are there a lot of robots? Like I know a lot of robots surrounded the Hollow.
Yeah, there's not as many that were surrounding the Hollow. You just see robots in and around the grounds. Like some of them are trimming the hedges, others are tidying up the place, clearing out the gutters and getting rid of all the leaves and debris from the building, like looking after the place. They're all wearing the same outfit, this like coral colored Hawaiian shirt and the beige chinos. Other than that,
They're not looking at it.
like a legion, probably around 12 or so dotted around the place.
And none of them are like staring at us too crazy. We're not an attraction here.
No, the only one looking at you at the moment is John.
No, Goldie. That outfit would look fantastic on you. I turn and I say to Oscar Rob, Aussie Rob.
Well, what about if we ask? Maybe we could get some of the team shirts to feel part of the gang. You know.
Yeah. My clothes are old and dirty. I'd love one of those outfits.
My clothes are fantastic. I can't wear that, but I'm all for you guys doing that. And I brush a little bit of dust off of my leather jacket.
I brushed the other corner.
That's why you're my best friend, Jugs. Remember
Get
I
a
was
room,
talking
guys.
about you.
Yes.
Are you asking John if you want your own uniform?
Yeah,
I think
we want
like,
outfits.
we need to feel part of the, as part of the
Mhm.
tour, we'd like to be part of the gang, or at least fit in. We stand out a bit too much, we feel.
Yep.
John puts his robot hands on his robot hips and says, "Ha, ha, ha. That is an amusing proposition, but we will have to decline. We do not need any more members of staff. As you may have noticed, all of the staff members are robots."
Mm.
What
Okay.
if we turn one of our group into a robot?
Oh, me.
No, not you, bro. No,
Dang it.
I need you the way you are. DB, we don't want you to change either. Goldie, though, like prime robot material.
Do you think that would hurt though?
Meh, who cares?
I'm not averse to the potential upgrade. But will I be able to dance?
Show me your dance skills, Joe.
Yeah. If there's ever a
Dance
time
with
when,
me, Joe.
when the robot needs to come into play.
Okay.
We're asking John the robot to show his dance skills.
Oh yeah, John. I want to see your dance. If you can dance.
Here, John, I'll help you out. And I start playing Dancing Queen on my banjo. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
So after a few bars, John doesn't move, but then, because he rolled exceptionally well, he starts breakdancing, like doing the robot worm, sort of like in Direct Art and Mr. Roboto, but with the worm. And when the song's over, he stands up, dusts off his hands, and says, "Now, please, let us continue with the tour." And then he starts walking towards the concourse.
I'll follow him, but I'm going to say to Ozzy, I'll be like, "Did you see those dance moves that he's got?"
That's sick, bro. No robot should be able to dance that well. Something's up.
Something's
That's why you should become one.
Behave, banjo robot. I'll shove that banjo where the sun doesn't shine.
The suspicion for Aussie Rob kicks in when he sees someone dancing. Everything up until this point.
Yeah.
The
It looks
robot's
like a nice
dancing.
place.
Now there's a threat.
I've been creatively challenged, so that's jolted my perception.
You follow John into the reception area. There is another robot sitting behind the desk, almost pretending to work, shuffling papers, typing on a computer with the monitor blown out. And it regards you, just nods its robotic head. John indicates towards a sign that says like rooms 1 to 19. Please come this way. You will see the various areas we separate our livestock.
God,
Guys, I didn't see any livestock. What's he mean?
You come to room number 1, and John stops and says, "Please look through the window. This is one of the livestock that we care for here." Who would like to look through the little porthole window of room number 1?
I'll have a look.
Jugs, you peep inside, and you see a very comfy looking room. It's like not like a really upmarket old folks home, but it's a comfortable one. Like it's not the cheap kind. There's a fair old wage like to get a room here. So it's a cozy, lots of bookcases. There's an elderly lady in the middle of the room in a rocking chair, and she's knitting.
I'm going to say, I didn't see any livestock. All I saw was a little old lady.
John's robotic face has no capacity for emotion, so you can't really tell what the robot is thinking right now. It's just looking directly at you, Jugs.
I'm going to, because of my familiarity with Ozzy Rob, and despite my budding friendship with Ban Joseph, I begin to feel this kind of. So because Ozzy was a little upset by the dancing, how well this robot could dance, it is his uncomfortableness, his discomfort has seeped into me. And so I'm starting to feel like this isn't the best idea. More so because of the lack of a response from the robot as well. So I'm starting to get a little creeped out by it. So what does that impel me to do with my 2 intelligence? I'm going to say, I don't like these rooms, John.
The rooms are more than adequate for the inhabitants. They are comfortable and stress-free, which leads to a better quality of meat for consumption.
All right, so I'm going to say to the fellas, guys, if I didn't know better, I think they're going to turn that old lady into meat.
Can I move on to the next room?
Sure. Room number 2. Are you looking inside?
Yeah.
So,
Room number 2 is empty. It looks like, though, there were signs of a struggle. Like the bed is sort of all over the place. There are streaks of blood heading towards the door that you're now staring through. It looks like whoever was inside was dragged out.
Are we just with John? Can any other robots see us where we are?
You're down a corridor around the corner from the reception area, so at the moment it's just you and John.
I'm going to say, was this similar livestock to room 1?
John says, "Of course. The inhabitant of number 2 has been taken for processing."
okay.
I'm going to swing my big old axe into John's head.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Okay. Roll your weapon skill. I think you've already got that.
Yeah. It's a hit.
Okay, roll your damage.
4 points of damage.
The axe just thunks in the center of John's head, and there's a spark, like zzz, and the fizzling, a little streak of smoke sort of emanates from the gaping hole in his head, and John the robot crumples to the floor in a hissing heap.
Can we open the doors to number 2 and slide him in?
Yeah, can do. The door's not locked, so you slide in, John, and close the door.
I go, but what about the lottery, TB? But what about the lottery that we won?
We'll find that later. I think we're in trouble.
Okay.
Dude, you liked my song.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill all my fans?
I don't know if he was.
Ozzy Rob's quite pleased
Maybe.
because he's now the best dancer in the group again. Nice one, DB. I never liked him.
You might have to moonwalk us out of this place.
I'll start warming up.
There's a sudden bang on the door of room number 1 coming from inside, and anyone who turns around will see the little old lady's face is now pressed against the window, like she's banging on the door. Let me out!
No,
I think the guy with the biggest charm in the room needs to let her out. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
who
go-
that could be.
Ben Joseph, I think she's talking to you.
All right, it's what I'm here for. So, how do I let someone out? Is there a door handle of sorts, or
Yeah, like the standard like residential home door.
I'm gonna walk over and be like, "Ma'am, don't worry, Ben Joseph's got you. Tell your friends," and I'm gonna pull on the doorknob.
She knocks on your forehead. You're not one of them, are you?
Only if one of them means like the coolest people you've ever met. Is that
He
what
is
you
one of
mean?
those.
no, he's not.
One of the robots, dummy.
Oh no, the only one here who's a robot is Oscar Goldie.
I'm not a robot. You jumped up. His
The old lady,
Robot would say.
she holds up her knitting needle and her jumper she'd been knitting and just aims at Aussie Rob. You get away from me!
It's not really
Hey.
a robot.
Hey, old lady, I'm not a
Wait,
damn
Chubbs,
robot.
is he not a robot? Is he not a robot?
Of course I'm not a robot.
I guess he's just really annoying. Okay. Lady, he's not a robot. He's just a prick. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to test for myself. Come here, young man.
Prick you in a
Aussie Rob,
minute.
she beckons
sometime.
you over. Give me your hand.
Okay. What do you need, ma'am?
She takes your hand and then she plunges the knitting needle into your palm.
Ow?
Well, that's me convinced. Sorry about that. You can't be too careful around here, as you noticed.
I'll clutch my hand and sulk off in the corner.
This is the best
She takes
moment
out
of
a
my
hanky
day
from her
right
sleeve
here.
and then sort of licks it and dabs your cheek. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. That's much better.
Listen, I'm sure glad the 4 of you shown up. Things have gone to shit round here. I told him you shouldn't be hiring no AI workers. You should have people with the old folks, not robots. No one listened to all that fool. No, they didn't. Now look where we are. Do you know what they're doing here?
What?
They're taking us and they're eating us.
Hmm.
No
Wait,
way.
do robots eat meat?
These ones do. They say they're tasting us to make sure that we're a viable product.
Robots can taste?
Those bastards.
Those bastards.
I tell you, these youngsters who put them in, they got no respect.
We hate
Yeah.
AI.
Now the
Listen.
youngs.
You 4 fine young gentlemen, you got to get us out of here, and you got to do it fast.
We
All
might
right.
find you.
Ethel, I'm here. Don't worry. Ben Joseph is going to save the day. And he turns back to DB It says, DB, how should we do this?
Let's get these other doors open. Let's create an army.
All right. Ethel, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get all these doors open. We're going to create an army. That just came to my brain out of nowhere.
He's so smart.
I'm so smart. I'm here. I'm going to save the day for you.
Oh, I'm so glad such a resourceful young man is showing up around here to look after an old lady like me. Oh, geez, if I were 30 years younger. Oh,
You got like a granddaughter?
It doesn't matter if you're 30 years younger. He's cool.
Ooh.
Ethel very carefully puts the jumper into her bag and her knitting needles. Room number 7, Grit. Let's go rescue him first. He's been mapping out the place. He might be able to help.
I'm going to run off to 7.
Wait. Before we open the door, we should make sure that it's the true Grit.
Yeah, I run to the window and I look in.
Inside, you see a very, very straight-laced looking guy. Like, you know, the classic Republican conservative haircut. He's wearing a very, very neat sort of sweater vest. Sort of like old man, just sat bolt upright in his armchair, just staring at the wall and drumming his fingers on the armrests.
He's not orange.
Do I hear his fingers drumming on the armrest?
Not through the door, no.
I just see it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why does that guy look exactly like Oscar?
I'm gonna bang on, I'm gonna bang on the door and I'm gonna say, Grit. See what he does. Can he hear me through the door?
He doesn't seem to have noticed or reacted to you calling his name.
I'm gonna
Okay,
open
go
the
on,
door.
Jugs. Open the door.
I'm going to say to Ethel, I want to say, what is something that I can ask Grit that only Grit would know?
Which president got shot in the middle of a speech?
All right. I'm gonna. This is what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna crack the door because I assume they're not locked from the outside. I hear you typing over there. You're looking up the answer. I'm gonna crack the door. I'm gonna go, Grit. If you are Grit, which U.S. president got shot during a speech?
It was that sissy Roosevelt.
Is that it? Is that the one? I'm gonna ask Ethel.
No.
Wrong! And I slammed the door shut.
See, there's 2 things I know in this world. Well, 3, I guess. Women, banjos, and U.S. presidents.
Well,
My dad actually was the president.
No wonder you're so cool.
Yeah. Like, some people say it's nepotism, but they're wrong, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Grit has now made his way to the door, and he's now peering through it very sternly at the 4 of you. Ethel just nudges you, Jugs, and say, "Are you going to let him out or what?"
I'm gonna grab the sewing needle from her hand. Can I slide it under the door?
Yeah.
I'm gonna slide it under the door and I'm gonna say, Grit, if you are Grit, stab yourself in the hand with that sewing needle. And if you're human, we'll let you out.
He holds up his left hand. We see several pricks.
I've done this test before, god damn it.
Sounds like something a robot would say.
Well, you got Chelsea.
Oh, fine.
He just pricks himself in the hand. A drop of blood comes down.
Okay.
Are you satisfied?
I'll open it wide.
Let me just give him one final test. I'm going to say, Grit, how quickly could you write a good fantasy novel?
Yeah.
Well, I'm something of a two-fingered typist. So I may write 2, 3, 5 to 7, and then stop and pursue other projects.
Let him out.
Grit looks the four of you up and down and looks at Ethel.
Right. There's one way we're getting out of here alive. We have to kill the boss robot. Now, he's in the middle of the complex. You ain't getting to him unless you go through the vents.
How do you go through the vents?
Yeah. Where is that, Grit?
Well, it just so happens I've been unscrewing the panel in my room. I was gonna go myself, but these ain't what they used to be. But one of you can go in.
We've got a really agile one in our group. It's Ozzy Rob.
Oh yeah. Send me first, why don't you?
Will make much
Jugs, that's
difference.
a fantastic idea.
Oh, thank you.
Even my limited intelligence, I'm not as keen on this idea. But in interest to save my brothers and I guess this new interloper, I'll go.
Grit puts both his hands on your shoulders, Ozzy Rob.
He says, "You're a brave boy. We may not see you again, but don't worry. The rest of us will buy you time."
Hang on a sec, what?
And if we
Godspeed.
don't see you again, we'll remember everything about you, Oscar, and we'll tell your story.
Did I even mention how much I hate the goddamn banjo? Okay, let's do it.
So the four of you, the four of you plus Ethel and Grit. No, three of you plus Ethel and Grit. You watch Ozzy Rob as he scrapples through the ventilation system from Grit's room. We'll come to Ozzy Rob in a moment. What do you guys want to do just to take the heat off of Ozzy Rob for a bit so he can reach the boss?
I'm gonna go.
Want to see who's in the other rooms.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna see if I can find a girl that Banjo can save, because I think he'll like me more if I find him a new girlfriend.
Like that idea.
Okay. All of the rooms you check are empty apart from room number 19. It's occupied, but by more than one person. There's an elderly gentleman with one of those like pencil thin moustaches and a very, very fetching sort of green waistcoat. But he's currently carrying at the back of the room as two robots stand over him. Would you like to intervene or watch what happens?
I really like his waistcoat. I kind of want to wear it, so we should probably intervene.
Let's get in there. Yeah.
I'm gonna say
swinging axe and golf club.
I'll say maybe this will help Ozzy Rob if we start banging on these robots here.
wait, who's Aussie Rob? And if we're banging robots, then I am down. I am so good at this.
So good.
Okay.
Poor phrasing on my part.
Yeah, you guys rush in. Can you all roll me like a weapon skill check? Dave, don't worry about telling a story at this point. Just roll your dice.
Oh yes, 14. Wonderful.
Nice.
That's a 6.
Very nice.
Rolled a 68. My golf club skill's 40. So that was a fail.
Okay. Well, the three of you sprint on in. Ban Joseph, what weapon are you using? Just your banjo? Oh, where's Dave froze? Oh, no, he hasn't. What's your weapon?
Oh, sorry. I got a text and I was reading it. My weapon is I have my electric banjo, and then I have like an older acoustic banjo that is my main weapon.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you and DB, you sort of double team one of the nearby robots, and it just crumples. Essentially, you give it the tin opener treatment between the two of you. What parts aren't peeled by DB with the axe are just dented by the old acoustic banjo. Jugs, you're wailing on the other robot with your golf club, but unfortunately, it's not really doing anything other than making a very, very impressive, like tung 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 noise. Sounds good. Hasn't done any damage. The robot you're hitting's head turns 180 degrees and it screams, "Violet!" And at that point, its eyes start to glow red. We're going to skip to Aussie Rob now. Aussie.
Yo.
You're clambering through the vents. Do you know where you're going?
Just following the vent at this stage.
God, we should have got some directions.
Sure.
See if I can see anything.
Yeah. How does Aussie Rob go about this? Is he like trying to listen out for anything, or is he just blindly crawling through the vent, hoping for the best?
I'm trying to be stealthy, but what I've forgotten is that I've still got my iron lint roller on my waist, so it's crawl, thunk, crawl, thunk. And it takes me a little while to work out what the noise is. So eventually, then I'll grab the lint roller, but I may have made a bit of noise by that point. But I'm trying to find maybe a vent that I can look down and see, like another room, or maybe a way out or something like that. But no, I don't really know where I'm going. It's more by luck than anything.
Can you just roll me sort of a general perception check? Just roll your dice and see what you get.
Okay. Where is it? Okay, let me roll 100. 33.
Okay. Eventually, like you go like over a few rooms where there's nothing at all inside. Like, you go over the toilets, the restrooms, and you see nothing. And after what seems like an age of clanking along in the vents, you eventually come to like a grill beneath you. The room below is this sort of rich emerald green. It looks like where the manager of the care home would be. You don't see any robots inside. The only thing you can see is a Roomba. Other than that, it's just like a big desk, office chair, computer, like box files, the rest of it, and the Roomba. What do you want to do here?
I think I wanted to get down and scope it out a little bit, see if I can find anything, maybe something in the desk or something that could give me a clue. Well,
Sure.
maybe set keys or something.
Okay. Just roll me. Yeah, do a skill check. Roll for investigation.
Okay. Cool. It's a 61. Probably fall out of the ground.
You're not fully sure what you're looking for. You're scrabbling around, looking in desks, in drawers, flicking through the box files. You kind of just seeing record after record of who the residents are. You see Ethel's name. You see Grit. You don't really. You can't really tell who the robot's boss is at this point. As you're scrabbling around, though, your foot nudges the Roomba, and then it switches on. And at that point, an alarm sounds throughout the entire care home.
Oh, shit.
Fool of a tuck.
We're going to go back to the rest of you guys. Jugs, robot's
Hear the
eyes are
alarm.
glowing red and looking directly at you. What are you going to do? And then we'll come back to you, Dave.
I'm going to try to use my beard against this robot. I don't think I can freak him out with any kind of existential horror since he's a robot. But maybe I can insert. Maybe I can somehow insert some instructions in him that override whatever he's programmed with. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. And what I'm going to try to just turn him into a fan. I'm going to use my Cthulhu beard to convince this robot that following Ban Joseph is the very best thing that he could possibly do, better than any instructions that are hard coded into him.
Okay. So
And whether they have to waggle or I have to physically stick one in his robot spine, I'll do what I have to do.
I'd say this, you'd have to go directly into the network. Yeah. So let's just call it your choice: athletics, dexterity, strength, whatever you want.
Let's go with Dex. I got 10 Dex.
Go dex.
I'm gonna grab him. Try to grab him.
So basically, with the dex, your skill is 10. Then, you add 10 to your. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Tell me, is it D100?
Yep.
God, these dice are shit today. 29.
So, okay. Yeah, you sort of launch forward with the tentacle beard, but the robot just dodges out the way just the last second. Ban Joseph, we'll come to you.
All right, I am going to, on my electric band or on my acoustic banjo, I'm going to play a haunting melody and try to put this robot to sleep. And it goes, go to sleep, go to sleep. Go to sleep, little violet. You are tired, oh so tired. It's time for you to go to sleep.
Roll your D100. Let's see what you get.
$21.
The robot doesn't go to sleep, but Violet stops looking at Jugs, and instead the head swivels to you. and the glowing red eyes then discharge and fire this beam of red laser light directly at you.
Well, that's not sleep.
Yes.
Remind me, what's your constitution in this?
Incredibly high, like a 94. I think it's a 7.
So she does hit you, but you have a choice. You can try and parry or dodge and see if you can avoid.
I will try to parry.
Okay.
I mean, dodge.
If you do want to parry, I remind you you've got like a electric banjo, which is metal, which could be useful.
I'll parry then.
Do it. Roll.
Four.
That beats Violet's roll. Wow. That's a crit
So
success.
is a
isn't it?
low roll good?
Yeah.
Okay.
100. Yeah.
I'm just like,
yeah.
oh, 4, that's terrible. And like,
4 is good. Very good. So Ban Joseph, what effectively happens is this robot discharges its laser at you, and almost like you're playing baseball, you take your electric banjo and go and deflect the laser right back into its face, and its head explodes. Like,
it's what I do, guys. It's what I do.
Difficult second album.
this is the point where the alarm kicks in throughout the entire facility. So you guys are now hearing shit is going down.
God damn it, Oscar.
I hope Ozzy's okay.
The 3 of you start hearing the sort of clanking of many pairs of metal legs moving towards your position. But Aussie Rob, what are you going to do? You've just tripped the alarm.
Trip the alarm. And there's nothing, there's no switches or like console or anything in the office that I can see.
Nothing you found. Nothing but the items of furniture in the office. There's a photocopy. There's the computer, and there's the Roomba that you just kicked.
The Roomba. Can I kick it again?
Yes.
Get all of it.
Just, I say he hasn't got the greatest perception, but since that seemed to trigger the alarm, maybe kick it again might turn the alarm off.
Describe how Aussie Rob is kicking the robot vacuum cleaner, because I just want to visualize this.
Mario.
I think what he's going to do is he's going to sort of spin sort of on one toe, a bit like a sort of ballerina, to build up a bit of momentum, and then down with his foot on top of it.
Well, Van Damme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just roll a strength check.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, phone keeps going off. Oh, 81. Not so good.
Okay. You because you've done this sort of ballerina style, it hasn't generated that much power when you bring your foot down. However, when you kick the I'm even describing what happened, someone kicking a Roomba. You kick the robot vacuum cleaner. I don't know what Aussie Rob was expecting to happen, but the Roomba starts moving wildly, like spinning and going in all directions. And you can swear it's trying to run away from you.
Ooh. Okay. It's filled me with a bit of confidence, actually, saying, maybe these robots aren't as tough as they seem. So what about if I open assuming there's a door to this office, it's not locked. If I open that door, I think I'm just going to go out and see what I can find. Let's attack the problem head on.
Okay. You run out of the office and you run into Bon and Joe, who have both been sprinting as fast as they possibly can towards your location. And let's go over to the rest of you guys and see what's happening over there. I need all of you to roll initiative, DB, Dave, and David.
D20 or D100?
D100.
78. These are shit rolls today.
79.
20.
20. Okay. Robot. You've all rolled better than the robots chasing after you, so that's fine. Coming from the reception area, you see 6 robots all round the corner, eyes glowing red, and they start advancing towards you. Dave, you're going first. What does Ban Joseph do?
He's gonna start playing a song to try to lull these robots into submission. And he says that he's named this one The Robot, and he goes, "We don't need no stupid robots. We don't need no Oscar Robs." Hey, robots, leave these old people alone.
They continue to advance.
Fine, I'll swing my banjo at one of them.
That could be more effective. Roll to hit.
100.
Yep.
Well, that was my first bad one, I guess. 80.
Okay. You do strive forward once you've sang "Leave the Old People Alone," and you take a swing, but it's just parried away by a robot fist. DB, it's your turn.
Swing. Yes, hit 32.
Nice. Roll your damage.
6 damage.
Yep. Thunk. One of the robots goes down. Gaping hole in its chest. You wrench the axe free. 5 remain. Jugs, it's you next.
Got to swing my golf club at him. I had considered pushing Grit or Ethel out in front of us.
You can do if you want.
I'm going to be heroic, and I'm going to step forward and swing my golf club
Okay.
with some amount of regret, because I feel like this roll is going to be like the rest of them. 81. Fuck these dice. I should have pushed the old person out in front of them.
Yeah. Again, your golf club just sort of cannons off the head of one of the robots and doesn't do any damage.
I'm going to ditch this golf club.
You do get a sensation of being jabbed in the small of your back with a knitting needle, and Ethel hands you the jumper. She goes, "Psst, put that on one of them." Are you taking the jumper, or are you sort of...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, fine. Robots, they're going for all of you. There's 5 of them left. Okay, fine. They're not really armed with anything, so they're coming at you with, arms, legs, but because there's three of you, you have no trouble at the moment fending them off. So it's very much you waving a banjo, a golf club, an axe. Like, boom, 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 boom. Let's go back to Ban Joseph. 5 robots remain.
All right. Well, guys, my amazing songs aren't working on these bastards, so guess I'm going to swing my banjo again.
Do it.
43.
Yes, that hits. What are we saying a banjo damage is?
It's a really, really hard banjo.
We'll call it a D6.
Crushing.
I feel like you're undervaluing the banjo, Tom.
Plus 2.
All right. That's decent valuation of the banjo. That's a 6.
Okay, yeah. I'll let you describe how you kill one of the robots with a banjo because I want to hear this.
So I take the banjo and I swing and I act like I'm swinging low and the robot starts to duck. And then I do like a pirouette twirl out of nowhere because I'm that amazing. And I just take him out from behind and just like crush his robotic metal skull into smithereens. And then I look down at him and say, rock and roll.
I go, Ozzy would have loved that.
Wait, who's that?
DB.
What have we got left? 4 left.
4 left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep swinging.
Do it.
Oh, no. Missed this time. 94.
Lucky it wasn't a crit fail. But you were too amazed by Ban Joseph's like really freaking cool kill. Jugs. You currently have a jumper, sweater, if you want the technical American term, in your hands. What are you going to do?
I'm glad you said sweater because I was thinking jumpsuit and I was about to start trying to get his leg into it. So I'm gonna take the jumper and I'm gonna try to go over his head with it. With the one that's closest to me, I'm gonna throw it over his head.
Yeah, sure. Just call it a dex.
Ooh. 20.
Nice. Your dice are starting to be nice to you.
I mean, they got to, right? Sometimes. Well, I guess they don't have to.
So you could say this sweater jumper becomes a pullover. Thank you. You hoid over the robot, and it's a very fetching sweater. It's like swirly patterns. It's like pink and purple, and it's got shiny gold thread inside it as well. And when you look closer, that shiny gold thread appears to be connected to like a small cylindrical package. And then Ethel says, "Boys, get down!"
I drop.
Yeah.
The moment you guys drop, that robot explodes and takes out the remaining 3 robots all around it. Basically, all that's left of them is a smoking pair of robot feet.
You got style, Ethel.
We're going to go back to Aussie Rob.
Right.
You've run into Bon and to Joe.
Okay. They're running at me. If I remember rightly.
Yeah.
And
And
I
Bon calls out to you. "Get away from the room, boss."
Oh. I don't have my AK anymore, do I? I think remember we lost those.
Oh
Last
shoot, that would have been nice to have, wouldn't it?
You
Let's
just
read on.
you in iron lint roller at the moment.
I've got my own lint roller. Okay. 12 that around my fingers. I've been inspired by DB's recent practicing with his revolver. So I take a stance. Got the iron lint roller in one hand and just beckon them with the other hand. So I'm going to take these guys on. Because like a lot of things Aussie Rob does, he doesn't think it through before he starts, but he just goes with the first idea that pops into his head.
Yeah, roll initiative.
Okay, hang on. 66. Got David's dice.
Yeah, keep them.
Bon and Joe going to go first. They both run at you, take wild swings, but you definitely dodge between them. Sort of draw up your iron lint roller, go ting ting, and now you find yourself the other side of them. They both run past you.
Yeah.
And now is your chance to attack. What does Aussie Rob do?
I would. So is the Roomba still in the room? Or has it made it out? Okay.
It's
it's
trying.
another time. Yeah.
It is
okay.
trying to get away. So
Oh,
it's making a break for it.
I was more thinking if I could use that, but if it's on the other side of me to the two robots, it's going to be a little ambitious, but what the hell?
Oh yeah, don't forget. You can.
I'm just so what I'd like to do is employ my beard to slow down time, sit back past the robots, and grab the Roomba.
Okay. Yes, you can try. Just
Yes.
call it dexterity.
So what I need to roll, it's 100 again, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 13.
Yes.
Nice.
So bullet time kicks in as the robots are starting to turn around. You've already gone past them.
Yeah.
And you snatch up the Roomba like this.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do with it?
I've got my own roll there, and I tell them stop, or the Roomba gets it. Because I've come to the theory that the Roomba might be the supreme leader.
The robots put their hands up like, whoa, whoa. Do not do anything hasty.
All right. Back up, guys. I want them away so I can get down the corridor. So I'll tell them to step back.
Bond takes one step forward. We are giving you an opportunity to be a part of this enterprise. All you need to do is say yes, and we will supply our product to you, and we will split the profits.
How much money were you talking about?
At
No,
this
I
point-
can't. I can't.
At this point, the room boss goes beep, beep, beep.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't speak robots, so I'm going to ignore that because I'm not very smart either. But no, man, we can't eat old people. They're annoying, but we can't eat them. We don't want any part of your enterprise.
Before we started this business, the room boss hacked into your social media channels when the apocalypse hit. The room boss logic is that humans prefer eating dry aged meat. Ergo, this facility was the perfect supplier of meat for humans. We are trying to give you what you want.
This is way beyond Aussie Rob's normal remit, but he's trying to do the right thing here. He's going, yeah. It's like, dude, we don't eat old people. We just eat things like cows and boss hog, chickens. Some of
We
us,
do not see the difference. Meat is meat.
well, guys, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. You can't do it. But what we could eat is Ban Joseph. That guy's no good. So if you want to eat him, I'll give you him if you let the others go. So I'm sorry. I'm going to throw Baron Joseph under the bus and see if I can get Jugs and DV out of the strike they're in.
The room boss would like to know if you will let it leave.
You let us leave, and then I'll let you go.
Very well. We accept your terms. Give us the room, boss.
I'll give you the room, boss, when we walk out of the facility, and not a minute before.
Very well. But if the room boss is harmed, then you will die.
Fair enough.
Let's head back to the other guys. You all watch as Aussie Rob emerges from the center of the facility, pressing an iron lint roller against the Roomba that he's clutching, whilst all of the remaining robots follow him intently.
Wait, who's that guy?
I go, Ozzy Rob, are you okay?
I'm good, guys. I've got a way out of here. Well, for most of us, anyway.
Let's go.
Okay. Not you, Ban Joseph.
What do you mean?
The robots love your music so much, they want you to stay.
I mean, fair.
Who can blame them?
Guys, they don't really like the music. Just come with me.
I heard that.
Wait, what?
Oh, damn. That was meant to be my inside voice.
All right, here's the deal. We kill the robots. We kill what's that guy's name? I feel like I've seen him before, but like I don't know. We're just gonna trust some random dick who shows up out of nowhere.
Okay, at this point, Aussie Rob's had enough. He goes, Bon, John, take him.
Listen, meanwhile, I go, is that a Roomba? And I'm in excitement, I go and grab the Roomba from Ozzy Rob.
Oh, Jugs.
Break the Roomba! Break it!
Can you both make me a strength check, Aussie Rob and Jugs?
Okay.
My strength is a 4. I don't know what that matters. 82.
I got a 48, and my strength is an 8.
So basically what happens is Jugs is trying to wrench this Roomba off you, and he's not quite strong enough for Aussie Rob to, relinquish control of the Roomba. But rather than running at Ban Joseph, Bon and Joe are going straight for Jugs. And they are going to attack you.
Shit.
Do you want to try and parry or dodge, Jugs?
I'm gonna try to parry.
Okay. Just roll the parry, D100.
62. I'm selling these dice.
Yeah, you don't manage to parry the attack, unfortunately. Yeah, you basically have Bon and Joe now also in the mix, just clawing at Jugs, trying to get him prized off the Roomba. They haven't quite managed it. So now we have Ozzy, Jugs, Bon and Joe the robots, and the Roomba all locked in this deathly dance. What did DB and Ban Joseph do?
Can I see an on-off button on the Roomba?
Yeah.
Can I beard whip the on-off button?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Tell me you anticipated this, Tom. You must have anticipated this situation.
No. No. No, that's fine. Yeah, of course you can. Let's call it a dex check.
Yep.
Oh my God, dice come through.
Yep. 49. Yep. Dex
Ooh,
check
dear.
success.
You flick the off button on the Roomba, and its light slowly fades out. And Bon and Joe, even with their expressionless faces, somehow look completely horrified. And they turn to you, DB, and they say, "You monster, what have you done?" But at this point, all of the other robots, they stop advancing, and they will start going about their day-to-day life in the old folks' home again. And after a few moments, Bon and Joe, they also move away. The receptionist calls out and says, "Welcome to Golden Years, the care home for the aged."
Let's slink away without surprise.
I
Do you
really
guys
want
want to take the old folks with you, or are we leaving Ethel and Grit be?
to bring them. I'm tempted to push the button on the Roomba again just because of my intelligence.
You can do.
Jugs.
I'm gonna-
Hey, Jugs. Come on, bro. Let's go. We're gonna have an epic party, and my new friend Ozzy Rob over here, we're gonna invite him.
I like Ozzy. You're going to really like him. He's a cool guy.
Do we have to
like,
take
you know, he and I feel like got off on the wrong foot, but like he seems pretty legit. So like I'm good having him on my crew.
Let's bring this Roomba too. It might be dirty where we're going.
Nah, I think we should let the Roomba like. Wait, hey, DB, could you like could you break the Roomba with your axe or something? Like, I think it's defective.
I think it is, yeah. Let's get out of here and do it somewhere else, though, just in case there's repercussions. Or we could seal it in a box and Raiders of the Lost Ark style.
Yeah, in a rack?
I will say that Grit and Ethel, they do stay put. They seem perfectly contented with Golden Years. They start talking about how it's pickleball night. Why would they want to leave?
Fair.
But Grit, he shakes all of your hands very warmly. Ethel, she comes up, and Ban Joseph, she sort of caresses your cheek. And then the two of them, they return to their rooms. And I think that, gentlemen, is where we will conclude our session. You have saved the old folks' home of golden years and thwarted the plans of the room boss by turning it. I'm just curious to know, like, what's next for Ban Joseph? Where does he go from here? Now that he's had his hero moment.
Well, so Ben Joseph, he kind of has an epiphany, and he realizes that his job is to spread healing to the world. And he's going to become like a contemporary religious musician who writes like praise and worship music. So he's going to go everywhere with his electric banjo and just like spread the word.
Preach. I love it. Well, guys, look.
And he's going to even talk to everyone. He's going to tell a story about his good friend, Oscar Robert, and how, like, at first they met and they didn't get along, but then they became, like, really good friends, and, like, it all came down to just, like, accepting people who were different than you. Like, because Ben Joseph, he was awesome. He was cool. He was amazing. He was handsome. Oscar was ugly and a nerd, but, like, they got over those differences.
What a wonderful parable.
Parable of Oscar Rob. Oh man, that was fun. That was crazy, but that was fun.
What did you expect, Tom? You've been
We're
my
not a
DM
robot.
once before.
I knew exactly when I got your stats what character you were going to play, and I was not disappointed. It was excellent. No, thank you so much, Dave. But this is a great chance that people watching, thank you so much for following along. But Dave, you have 2 books. Tell us about them.
All right, so The Envoys of War came out in October. It is a snarky fantasy adventure. This guy named Tom Bookbeard proclaimed it one of the best indie fantasy debuts of 2024. Lots of snark and banter and schemes and plans. Most of them go wrong. The main character, one of the main characters in the book is not exactly like Van Joseph, but he's pretty impressed with himself, and he comes up with a lot of plans that often don't really work. But my newest book that is coming out here in a month and 3 days is a prequel novella about one of the side characters who is a big 6'11" dude with an axe who's a mercenary who just like swings that axe around a lot. And you get sort of a little prequel story with him dealing with a situation where there really isn't a good choice. And it's a darker story. The first book, like, I wouldn't call any of them straight, just like comedies, but there's a lot of humor. This one, I feel like there's still a lot of humor, but it is a darker story overall. But they are both 99 cents right now because my 40th birthday is in 3 days, and I'm doing a birthday type thing. I'm going to be doing a giveaway and like discounting signed copies and all that kind of stuff here in the next few days. But yeah, I'm old. I've written 2 books now. If you're watching this, if you made it an hour and 54 minutes into the stream without thinking Dave is the biggest dick I've ever met, I promise you I'm not. Part of my D&D thing when I play is that I always, it's more fun to like pick one other character that my character hates and just like, roll with it. I think Charlie's amazing.
I was
Every
wondering,
interaction I've ever had with it.
I heard this great guy Dave. I went, who's this dick?
It's just like it's part of the D&D vibe. Like your character has to dislike one other person in the party.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it was good.
I was glad there was an ocean between the two of you.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm nice. Buy my books, read my books. I have audiobooks. I have an audiobook of Envoys of War now. I've got so many codes still available for people like in the UK and the US. I've got those codes. I will be doing an audiobook of Pawns as well. I listened to so many audiobooks, it just made sense for me to do them myself.
Nice.
I've actually got the Violence and Vigilance audiobook on my in my library. So it's need to get to that one.
Definitely. Yeah. Highly recommend.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, Dave, thank you so much for joining us. Really pleasure to share a virtual table with you again. We did D&D with TBRCon this year as well, and that was fun.
Yes.
But as always,
I may not have seen that one yet. That's another one to catch up on.
Now you've lived it. But yeah, we're back. When are we back next?
16th, I think.
16th,
May. Yeah.
Yes. Is that with Greg Contaxis?
No, it's with Livia.
Olivia.
Oh, yes. Livia Elliott. Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So next month we've got Livia on the 16th and Greg's on the 30th of May. So yeah, two shows for next month.
But until then, thank you everyone for watching.
You.
Please subscribe. We love doing these. And yeah, Dave, thanks again. It's been a pleasure.
Brilliant.
Thanks
Good morning. It's now 1 a.m. here. So we're
finally in the same. We're finally in the same time zone. So. Day rather.
The Four Beardsmen of the Book Apocalypse.